Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I covered basically how you can start intermittent fasting and what you can expect when you first start it. In this video, I'm going to cover what you can expect past the adaptation phase. The initial adaptation phase. I mean, your body's going to keep adapting in different forms, but once you get past your first 2 to 3 days, I believe you start kind of feeling a little bit more normal while you're doing this, and I really want to start to talk about that phase. So briefly, I'm going to mention what I talked about in my last video. You want to stay hydrated. You might feel a little bit fatigued or tired the first couple days until you adapt to this new lifestyle, but once you push through that, you're really going to be in a good spot. So what you want to start doing on days 3 through 30, so like your first month of this, you really want to start tweaking each day to see how your body feels based on how your diet is. So what I mean by this is maybe Google your macronutrients. You just type in macro calculator on Google. You're going to type in all the variables for your body, your height, weight, gender, all that good stuff. And it's going to tell you not only how many calories you should eat, but how much of each macronutrient you should consume. And a lot of these vary based on the carbs, protein, and fat that you need. So what I'm getting at is it's just a good reference point. Because every macro calculator out there on the internet is going to tell you you need a different amount of each nutrient. So what I believe is every single human being is different. Your body is different than the next person who Googles that. So I think you should use it as a reference point and then sort of experiment on yourself every day. An example of this would be, for me, I started out really low on carbs. It wasn't full keto, so I wasn't fully fully ketosis adapted. I don't know what you call it, but and I noticed I really didn't feel that great. I know you can feel great if you get through this stage and go full keto, but I don't want to go full keto, so I wasn't at the full no carb stage. So I kind of realized that I felt better personally between 50 and 100 grams of carbs. And honestly, most macro calculators suggest more than that for my body type, but I really enjoy the fat loss from only consuming 50 to 100. So that's what makes me feel good. So I kind of stick to that. So what I want you to do is look at your macro calculator, and start tweaking it every day. And kind of, you don't need to keep a journal necessarily, but start paying attention to how you feel based on what you eat the day before. I have noticed that after my cheat days, I feel horrible. And I think it's directly related to how many carbs I eat and the nutritional benefit I'm getting from the food I'm consuming. So you experiment every day. You're doing that. You're figuring out how your body feels good. Next, you don't need, I mean, I'll be honest, you're going to lose weight without exercise, but you should try and incorporate exercise. I think it has a lot of not only physical, but mental benefits. I think you're a lot less stressed out. You're a lot less anxious if you add exercise into your daily routine. And I really think it's gonna help kind of boost everything that's going on with this, because basically what fasting does, it's purposely stressing your body so that your body has to fight and adapt to the situation that it's in. And exercise kind of does the same thing. Exercise is going to stress your body and kind of make your body keep adapting, and that adaptation is what keeps your body strong and keeps it healthy. So I would maybe start incorporating a little bit of exercise. Honestly, I don't do much. I walk, and it seems to be working for me. But you really will have a lot more endurance when you do this too. I want to remind you of that. I kind of surprise myself sometimes. I'm actually add some jogging into my walking, and I'm not a jogger, but this has almost turned me into one. who knows what I'll be doing in like 6 months or something. So, and you're also going to start to get some other benefits with that more endurance, like human growth hormone. So a lot of experiments have actually shown that human growth hormone is boosted through the roof when you are in a fasted state. Normally, it's not going to be boosted that much from simply not eating for 16 hours. Normally, it is going to take longer, like a 24 to maybe a 36 to 48 hour period. But if you were doing this intermittent fasting on a regular basis, your body is going to start producing elevated levels of human growth hormone. And that's going to help you if you're lifting or anything like that. It's going to help you healing. It's going to help you with everything. Every aspect of your life. It's going to help you in some way, shape, or form. You're also going to start autophagy. This is where I'm really not trying to get too scientific with this channel. I'm trying to make this very introductory level. But basically, this is similar to that human growth hormone. Normally it takes longer, but if you do this on a regular basis, your body is going to get very quick at getting into this autophagy and fat burning. And what it's doing is it's kind of like recycling any negative materials in your body. Picture it like taking all your bad cells, if it was wood, old dry wood, and it's chopping it up, and it's making new material for you to make brand new wood. I don't know, that was probably a horrible analogy, but you're recycling old cells for energy and making yourself healthier by creating new healthy cells. If that makes any sense at all. It's good for you. Just remember that. Something else that's going to start to happen is fat adaptation. Similar to both the other two, you're going to start getting more efficient at burning fat. So every day, as your body's going to pick up like, hey, I've kind of noticed that this guy stopped eating for 16 hours. Have you guys figured that out? Maybe we should start figuring out how to get into these fat stores more efficiently. And it does that. So your body basically figures out shortcuts to get to this, and every day your body's going to slowly get better and better at burning fat during your fasting window. And you're just going to start feeling better and better. One of the other interesting observations people have had with this is time slowing down. I feel like it was kind of popular in the news lately. The CEO of Twitter, recently, I don't even know the guy's name, recently he came out that he is basically endorsing this lifestyle. He says that he does, I'm not sure if he does the 16-8 or the 1 meal a day, but he openly came out about that he intermittently fasts and he doesn't even eat on weekends. I think that's kind of crazy. I would never do that. I like food too much. But he says that he actually stops eating on weekends because it slows down time. And I think that's really interesting because I can relate. Ever since I started, I wouldn't say it slows down time, but I would say time seems slower because you are trying to think of other things to do besides eating. You don't realize how long you spend each day eating until you really start eating all of your calories in about an hour, like me. And you have a lot of free time. And time just seems like it's this thing that you need to fill with productive stuff because otherwise you might get hungry. And I know that doesn't sound that pleasant, but really it does kind of make you a more productive person. Like here I am making YouTube videos on a Saturday afternoon. That's kind of weird. So I like to keep these videos kind of short and to the point, so that's about all I've got for today. To recap what this video was kind of about, experimental phase, that is what your first month is. Figure out your macronutrients, tweak it a little bit until you feel great, and stick to it, and you'll start to feel amazing. Maybe incorporate an exercise routine to kind of experiment with your newfound extra endurance. Figure out what this human growth hormone is all about. See how it affects your body. You're going to start experiencing autophagy, which I'm going to have future videos about that. Your body's going to start fat adaptation. You're going to start burning fat more efficiently, and time's going to slow down. You're going to start enjoying your life more. That's it for today. Thank you. I hope this is benefiting you.